In our previous video, we explored the internal protection the Church has in safeguarding her dogma and doctrine. However, this internal protection is not the only defense provided by the Church. There is also external protection, whereby the Church reserves the right to judge and condemn the assertions of other sciences, such as geology and astronomy, when they overstep their bounds and assert erroneous interpretations contrary to the Church's interpretation of revealed truth. This reality, unknown to many Catholics, is confirmed by two well-known Catholic saints writing upon this safeguard that theology can wield when the lower sciences try to rise out of their domain. St. Thomas states in his Summa Theologica, "The principles of other sciences either are evident and cannot be proved, or are proved by natural reason through some other science. But the knowledge proper to this science comes through revelation, and not through natural reason. Therefore, it has no concern to prove the principles of other sciences, but only to judge of them. Whatsoever is found in other sciences contrary to any truth of this science must be condemned as false." Some Catholics may make the rebuttal that Aquinas was writing in the 13th century, and as such updating is needed since much has changed. However, in the 20th century, Pope St. Pius X reiterated this teaching of St. Thomas. This holy pope condemns the following in statement number 5 of Lamentabili Sane. "Since the deposit of faith contains only revealed truths, the Church has no right to pass judgment on the assertions of the human sciences." Putting this into the positive, yes, the deposit of faith contains truths revealed by God Himself, giving the Church the right to pass judgment on contrary assertions made by the human sciences. With St. Thomas Aquinas and Pope St. Pius X guarding the flanks of the average Catholic and the deposit of Church doctrine, let us now read the Church's protection in a dogmatic decree in Vatican Council I. "If anyone says that human studies are to be treated with such a degree of liberty that their assertions may be maintained as true even when they are opposed to divine revelation, and that they may not be forbidden by the Church, let him be anathema." We now turn to the words of Father Fenton, who for about 20 years was the editor of American Ecclesiastical Review. By reason of its character as wisdom and as the supreme science within the attainment of man, sacred theology can and must judge about the principles and the conclusions put forward in other branches of learning. It is the business of sacred theology to examine the teachings set forth in the name of these purely natural sciences, and to point out and correct any statement in opposition to revealed truth. Thus, sacred theology is able to say with perfect certitude that a statement denying the fact of creation and put forward under the heading of biology or of geology is utterly false. In the formation of this judgment, sacred theology makes use only of those resources which constitute its essential equipment. It has no need of the apparatus which is proper to the physical sciences themselves. The statement which is criticized by sacred theology is evidently false insofar as it contradicts the manifest content of divine revelation. It would be absolutely incorrect to assert that sacred theology has or claims the power to deny scientific facts. There never has been, and there never will be, a truth enunciated by any inferior science which contradicts the actual content of sacred theology. The statement contradictory to the principles of theology and set forth in the name of another science is either a groundless hypothesis or a crass misinterpretation of a fact. In our next video, we will look at examples of groundless hypotheses and crass misinterpretation of facts.